When we talk about decarbonizing aviation, we have several options. And a very promising one is using electricity. Electricity in combination with batteries. And that is actually great, because the energy you store in the batteries, you get back when you discharge them and feed the electricity into highly efficient electrical motors. Electrical motors that have an efficiency close to 100%, which is much better than what we achieve in a turbine or in a piston engine. A factor of 2 to 3 better. That's all great news. But we have a big issue when using batteries, and that's the weight, or equivalently, the energy density. The amount of energy stored in a battery cell is a factor of 40 less currently than the energy stored in jet fuel. A factor of 40. Take that in mind, that we would need 40 times the amount of weight. That's an issue. And when we talk about battery cells, we have to take into account the effect of putting them all in a stack, where we add typically tens of percent. We also have to take into account that we cannot completely drain them. We have to have a minimum state of charge of 10, perhaps even 20%. We have to take into account the effect that when we operate them at a lower temperature or at a higher drawing current, the energy density becomes less. These are all factors to take into account when we develop new energies for electrical flight. And most likely, battery-powered planes will not have a range substantially more than a few hundred kilometers. So can we create the energy on board, the electricity? Yes, we could. We could put solar cells on the wings. And it is being done. It has been done. But for a normal plane, this is not a solution at all. You can calculate the power you need to sustain a flight at typical speeds with a typical wing loading. You look at the surface area available and you see that the energy being produced is less than 1% of what you need during cruise. And of course, we are not only flying when the sun is nicely on top of us. So this is not a solution. Electricity, though, can also be generated on board when using hydrogen, and using a fuel cell convert that back into electricity. That's great. And that's a serious possibility that's worldwide being considered right now. That could be one of the solutions. So hydrogen converting back to electricity. We might also use this hydrogen to directly burn into a turbine again. So it's like a conventional jet engine. And this is another thing that is being considered. Or another possibility, we use the hydrogen that is being produced using green, sustainable electricity together with carbon dioxide captured from the air to convert it in more complex molecules or synthetic kerosene. These are all possibilities that are being studied and that we will have to consider here. Whatever the solution is going to be, there is most likely not going to be one silver bullet. Depending on the range, the type of flight, we might use a different solution. And whatever we choose, we have to make sure we take the most efficient energy carrier for this purpose that we can find, because we have to be careful with the sustainable energy that is available. This is the big challenge, and this is what we have to work on.